Truth by Moonlight is something that I've had dancing around in my head for a few years already. Um, there's songs that I've been working on, poems that I turned into lyrics and then put music to. Um, and the name is actually a reference. It's a Doors reference, the band The Doors.
Right.
I don't remember exactly to what capacity. I remember seeing it in a documentary. One of the hundreds of documentaries I've seen of The Doors. That is my favorite band of all time. But I do remember at one point hearing "Truth by Moonlight" in in some kind of context, mm-hmm. and it just leapt out at me, and I was like, wow. That's pretty much the way I write. I write, like, the creative juices for me flow around 2-3 in the morning.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so and that's usually when the moon's out. That's usually when it's brightest.
Yeah. And
so everything that I write, I'm very honest about. I try very hard to not censor myself, and so I just thought it was kismet. I write the truth under the bright moonlight. When I heard this "Truth by Moonlight," it seemed to fit perfectly.
Oh,
I
really?
started when I was 7 years old.
Oh my goodness, that's great.
Yeah, and so the music. If I don't know if you're familiar with Spanish music, like romanticas, like boleros and stuff like that.
Oh, sí, señor. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have experience in that
mm-hmm.
in that genre of music, and then you listen to maybe the way that I sing,
mm-hmm.
it's very influenced by that.
Oh.
And lyrically, I try to be as metaphoric as I can. I try to tell a story, which is also
good.
very influenced by those giants of music that unfortunately not many people will know about. And then previous bands I've been in have all shaped the way that I write. I've learned a lot
mm-hmm.
from other bands I've been in, and I'm grateful for that. Tough. Truth by Moonlight. I'm kind of I have a Bruce Lee kind of philosophy. Bruce Lee said, "Be like water." Water takes the shape of any container that it's in.
Right.
Mm-hmm. If
Mm-hmm.
water is in a bottle, it takes the shape of the bottle. If it's in a bowl, it takes the shape of the bowl.
That's a good way to be. Yeah.
And that's kind of the way that I want my music to sound.
Mm-hmm.
And being that it's just me alone, I have that freedom. I don't have to compromise and say, well, this is going to be this way, that's going to be that way. Like, I can pretty much make any sound that I want.
Yeah.
And so I pretty much describe the sound of my music as, if you listen to the EP, it's pretty different. Each song has like its own little flavor.
Yes.
It's kind of a way for me to, it's almost like my diary, putting stuff out there.
That's brave, very brave.
And it wasn't easy to do. It's tough to put secrets of how you felt and share them with strangers.
So, can I ask you about Killer at the Door?
Absolutely,
then?
Sure.
Because that's the song that I think, I wasn't sure if it was an experience that you had or you felt, because
mm-hmm.
it's a very deep, dark song, but I like the melody because it lightens the mood a little bit. Right. But I don't know if you would be interested in talking about that.
Yeah, no, Killer at the Door is very personal for me. Wow. It is pretty much a confession of mine to a point in my life where I pretty much felt like there was no other option than to do the unthinkable. Thankfully, I didn't.
Thankfully, yes. An understatement.
There's I watched this documentary on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, mm-hmm. Where the bombs fell, the atomic bombs, and it was this woman who survived was speaking about her sister. Her sister had actually, their whole family was wiped out. It was only the two sisters left. I mean, the grandparents, cousins, they were all gone.
Oh wow!
And so the one who was being interviewed said that her sister actually committed suicide. She couldn't stand feeling so alone.
Survivor's guilt.
Right, and just feeling alone.
Yeah.
You know, and so she left her sister to be the only survivor of the family, and she said that some people, there's two types of courage. Some people have the courage to die, to take their lives and to die.
Yeah.
But those people lack the courage to keep living. So she said it takes courage to keep living, which I had.
Yes.
She had the courage to take her life, which I didn't have.
Yes.
And I kind of think that maybe I cowered.
No.
I cowered in the face of that.
No, definitely not. No.
But you know, or I had the courage to keep going, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, you have the courage to keep going. So no, that's hope. That's wonderful.
Yeah. And you know, like I now I can talk about it and put it out there, and putting it out in song poetry form makes it easier to confess to, and hopefully, you know, it can provide relief to other people in the same situation.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that there's so many people out there that can totally relate to that song. So
and I know a few friends who have family members who went through that, and they tell me that song has really struck a chord in their heart.
Wow.
And you know, that's probably one of the best compliments, you know, you can get.
Exactly. Do you want to talk about one of your other songs that's a personal experience?
You know, actually all of them are.
Just all, yeah. Okay,
they all are.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can't really.